Once again, a very good morning to everyone. And a quick question. And please think about this genuinely that have you ever wondered why some people never have to chase success? It just finds them. Their phone keeps ringing, opportunities walk in through the door they didn't even knock on. Referrals come without asking, promotions come without begging. And then there are others, equally educated, equally hardworking on paper, and who are constantly running after something, a better job, more clients, more recognition, more money, always running and always almost there. So, what is the one thing the first group is doing differently? It's not their contacts. It's not their confidence, and it's definitely not their LinkedIn profile. So, today I want to share with you the single most powerful shift in thinking that can change the trajectory of your career, your business, and honestly, your relationships too. When you focus on planting seeds of value, success grows naturally. Let me repeat that. When you focus on planting seeds of value, success grows naturally. So, we are talking about this. Create value and success will follow. So, here's something no one tells you in school: the world does not pay you for how hard you try, it pays you for how much it needs you. Yes, think about it. Why does a doctor earn more than a sweeper? Not because the doctor works harder. Anyone who has seen a hospital sweeper work at 4 a.m. knows that's not true. It's because the doctor solves a problem that is harder to solve. The marketplace rewards problem solvers, always has and always will. So the question shifts from how can I earn more to whose problem can I solve better? That one shift from what can I get to what can I give changes everything. So let me tell you about Meera. She works as an executive assistant at a mid sized company in Pune. No fancy designation, no corner office. But Meera has a habit. Every time there was a problem in the office, a vendor who wasn't responding, a report that wasn't making sense, a colleague who was overwhelmed, Meera would quietly step in. Not because it was her job, not because she was told to, but because she genuinely asked herself, is there something here that I can fix? And within 2 years, Meera was the person the CEO called before making any major decision. Not her manager, not the senior team leads, Meera. She didn't ask for that position, she grew into it, one solved problem at a time. And that is what value creation looks like in real life. It's quiet, it's consistent, and it's absolutely unstoppable. And now, and I say this with full sincerity, some of the most brilliant value creators I know have never stepped into a corporate building. Meet Kavita. She manages her home in Chennai. But Kavita also noticed that the mothers in her apartment complex were constantly struggling to find reliable tutors for the kids. Trustworthy, plumbers, or even just a doctor who wouldn't make them wait 3 hours. So she started a WhatsApp group. She compiled a list of reliable contacts. She became the go to person for every household need in her building. Fast forward, she now runs a small community service connecting verified home professionals to over 200 families. No degree, no office, no investor pitch. She just saw a problem, she just kept showing up with solutions, and success quietly, steadily followed. All right, gentlemen, your turn. And I say this with love. Let me share something about Vikram. Great guy, smart, ambitious, but every time Vikram talks to someone, a colleague, a potential client, an old friend, within 4 minutes, the conversation is about Vikram, his ideas, his startup, his potential, his vision. There's nothing wrong with ambition, but Vikram never asks, what's going on with you? What are you struggling with? Is there anything I can help with? And here's the irony: the people who talk the least about what they want listen the most to what others need and are usually the most successful people in the room because they are the most useful. Value isn't announced, it's experienced by others. So let me give you the formula, and it's embarrassingly simple. If you can solve a problem for one person, you have a skill. If you can solve it for 10 people, you have a service. And if you can solve it for 100, you have a business. And if you can solve it for 1,000, you have a movement. Everything, every business, every career, every respected person you admire started with someone who made themselves genuinely useful to someone else. The most indispensable people at any workplace, any family, any community are not the most seniors, they're the most helpful. Help enough people get what they want, and you will never have to worry about what you want. Okay, so I want to do something before this session ends. It will take less than 2 minutes. And ask yourself genuinely this one question: whose problem can I solve today? Not tomorrow, not when you have more time or more money or a better situation. Today, whose problem can I help solve today? The working professionals might think, okay, can you share a resource, a contact, or an insight that a colleague actually needs right now? For the homemakers, is there a neighbor, a family member, a parent at school who could use 5 minutes of your attention or advice? Or the men in the room, can you genuinely ask someone today, is there anything I can do to help? And mean it. And the teenager, can you help a classmate understand a concept they are struggling with without making it weird? Pick one person, take one small action, plant one seed. And that is the beginning of everything. So I want to leave you with something I truly believe. We live in a world that tells you to hustle harder, sell better, market louder, compete fiercer, and we exhaust ourselves chasing, always chasing. But what if the secret was the exact opposite of chasing? What if the secret was simply becoming someone worth finding? A person who solves problems, a person who shows up for others, a person who makes the room a little better just by being in it. So you don't build a reputation by telling people how good you are. You build it by being good and letting the people you helped do the talking. Create value today, quietly, sincerely, without waiting for credit. And one day, maybe sooner than you think, you look up and realize success didn't follow you. It was walking beside you the whole time. So before tonight, identify one person whose problem you can help solve. Take one small action. No announcement needed. Just do it. And notice how it makes you feel. Because value creation is not a strategy, it's a way of living. So, with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.